Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, I will explain how businesses can automate queries from potential customers. When businesses are getting a lot of queries from potential customers, then the business has to devote its time and its manpower to answer those queries. And this can be a huge drain on time and it can be huge business expense. So in this video, I will explain a method that can automate the answers to these queries so that the business can spend more time actually growing the business rather than answering queries. Also, customers today want their queries to be answered immediately. If a potential customer has a query that is not answered immediately, then he might go to a competitor website and get and purchase the product or service from there. So answering the queries of potential customers is a win-win situation for both the business and the person asking the question, because the business is saving time manually answering the query, and the potential customer is getting his query answered immediately, and he is able to make a purchase decision. So before I begin the video, let me introduce myself. So I am Harshit Agarwal. About my education, I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and I have 4 years of corporate experience. Since the last since the last 2 years, I have been practicing as a digital marketer and have worked with more than 40 clients. I have created Facebook ads and chatbots for these clients to help them generate sales and revenue. For some of these clients, I have generated revenues of more than $100,000. With my background in engineering, I have an interest in implementing automated systems that help businesses market themselves and generate leads and sales. So let's begin the discussion, and let me share my screen. So here is the system that can uh, automatically reply customer queries. And so let me explain this in more detail. So what the business can do is that it can, so let me first explain a bit more. So suppose a business is getting queries like, what are your hours? How can I make a booking? Is the booking available? So basically a lot of questions are repeated. So what the business can do is recognize common keywords in these questions. So like, what's your shipping time? So shipping is a keyword. What's the availability of tables at your restaurant? Then availability is a keyword. Uh, how can I make a booking? So booking is a keyword. So for these common keywords, we can trigger automatic replies. And this can be done in a software like ManyChat, where you can create, if a keyword is triggered, then a keyword is there in the question or in a comment, then a response can be triggered. So, so maybe the customer is typing a comment on a post with a question, or he's directly messaging the business with a question on Instagram DM or Facebook Messenger, or he's typing on the post or like Instagram post or a Facebook post. Then a response can be triggered and his query can be answered. And also these same questions can also be put inside of a FAQ gallery. So an FAQ gallery can be created which can be swiped by the user. So suppose the user types a question, so he will get a comment that, thank you for your question, please see your message. And in the message he can be shown a swipe pile of questions. So either he can be showed a swipe file of questions, or his question can be directly answered. And then once his question, once he has either once either his question is answered through the flow or by him clicking on this FAQ gallery, then he can be asked if his question was answered or not. So once the answer is made, then after a few seconds, a follow-up question can be asked, that is your question answered or not. If the person answers yes, then the conversation can be ended. But if the person answers no, then a live chat can be opened. So it could be opened. So in many chat, live chat can be opened, and then the support team can be notified. And the support team can be notified via messenger. But if the support team is not active on Facebook, then the support team can also be notified through Slack with an integration. And when the support team gets the notification, then the support team can handle the conversation and then close it. So instead of the support team answering all questions manually, 80% of these questions can be answered automatically by programming them in a software like ManyChat. So and the thing is that traffic can be driven into this FAQ gallery or on these flow responses through many different sources. So if the person is already in a conversation in the Instagram DM or on Facebook Messenger, then uh, and he says that he has a question, then this FAQ gallery can be triggered. Or if he says that what are your booking hours, then the flow response, then an answer can be triggered directly, and but like we bypass this FAQ gallery and directly answer his question. He could be making a comment on a post, and then also and even then he can be driven into this flow. He can also be driven into this flow by placing a footer in the emails. If you're sending out emails, then you can place a footer in the email that if you have any question, uh, like you can have a button that do you have any question, and he can click on this and his question can be answered. So that's how from like we can bring traffic from many different sources. Like a traffic could be having question in an email or on a comment or on a message. We can bring traffic from all these different sources and get the questions answered. And then based on the questions people are asking, we can always add questions to this FAQ gallery. We can always add responses to the collection of responses we have, and keep improving the system to answer these questions. And over time, this system will gets only more robust as more and more queries come, and then it can answer up to 80% of all customer support, all queries. So that's how we can answer the queries, and that's how the business can save its time and money in manually answering the queries. So if you have any questions about this video, then you can drop a comment below, and I will be happy to answer questions. And if you like the video, then do press the like button so that this video reaches out to more such people, and do subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos.